Today I'm sharing my top 3 tips for pet portraits and a bonus tip to go with that. So my first tip is to make sure you choose your colours carefully. The reason for this is that, as has happened to me in the past on this particular portrait, for example, is it's easy to build up a bunch of layers and then you can no longer add the detail on top. So I like to use Procreate for this on my iPad because it has a colour picker tool, so all you need to do is just press your finger on the area that you're trying to match to, and from there you can then match the pencil to that colour. If you don't have Procreate, the other option is to just use the reference photo itself and then match the colour from that. So using this reference photo, you can see that the pink pencil is a good match for that section of fur in there. So that's 2 ways to pick your colours. The second tip is to use a kneaded eraser to clean the surface of the paper as you go. It's actually quite easy to get a very fine layer of dust on the paper as you work, and occasionally, especially on light coloured paper, it can be quite difficult to remove all of it when you finish the portrait. So I just like to keep it clean as I'm working to make it easier at the end. And my third tip, which I think is the most important, is to keep your pencils sharp. So the best way I've found to do this is to just use an inexpensive cosmetic sharpener. They don't last a very long time, so don't spend too much on them, but they do create a really lovely point on a pastel pencil, which is great for the final layers. For when you're adding the detail on top of those base layers, a sharp pencil will give you those lovely crisp fur lines that will create a natural looking pet portrait at the end. So keeping them sharp will allow you to add that detail. And for my bonus tip, which I've decided to pop in here, is to blend out the layers as you go. So when you're building up layers, you can end up with a fair bit of like pencil dust on there because the pencils are quite soft, and also these like little pencil strokes, which are the fur lines as you draw them in. I don't particularly like that look because it doesn't look very natural to me. So what I use is a Staedtler razor brush to smooth out those pencil lines. So you can get these at any art shop. It's quite a stiff brush, so it works really well to just brush over the pencil lines and to blend them out, which will give you a result of a very nice, soft, realistic looking pet portrait. So I hope that these tips have been helpful for you in creating a pet portrait. Please join my newsletter list for more tips and tricks for pet portrait artists, and link is below, and thank you for watching.